Were you aware of what was going on with the Cleveland Indians, other than what Terry Francona blew 2 games?
I obviously came back and saw the situation, saw the reactions. I was not as irate as Les was. I think part of it is it's tough for me given, and I know there's going to be a time where I'm not going to be able to use this division as an excuse.
Right.
But we're in April baseball, and the last thing I want this team to do is to overuse their pitching staff, which is at such a premium. And, I see Trevor Bauer's basically pitching 120 pitches a game. It seems
and pitching great, by
and
the
he can
way.
do it. He's the guy that can do it.
Yeah.
But I've seen Terry overuse that bullpen in years past. And so I'm not going to lose my mind that he had Brad Hand in the one game. He wanted to secure the victory and wasn't available in the second game.
What does it tell you when you don't think the other guys can hold a 4-run lead going into the 9th inning?
It's kind of what I expected coming into the season.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I said that, to me, there was no way the bullpen could be worse than last year. And people would say, how could that be? They had Cody Allen and Andrew Miller. Did you see how those guys pitched last year? They both could not be relied upon at any point the entire season. So we'll see. I think there's some potential there for guys, but it is still April. I mean, what was the weather like on Saturday?
Well, Friday it got rained out.
Yeah.
Saturday was not good.
Yeah.
Sunday was nice.
And the last thing you want is those guys in that weather this early in the year to have to be out there throwing too many pitches. And
Good
I know
point.
if you go to the World Series, that's the weather.
Yeah.
But I'd rather worry about that later than have guys pitch way too much this time of the year.
Let's look at what happened in the recap of the weekend. The good news is Francisco Lindor joined the Indians and did all right. Looked like he didn't miss a beat. And in the first 2 games, he had 2 hits in 9 at-bats, a home run, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. That's not too bad.
I disagree with you a little bit.
Yeah.
And this should be expected. I knew his swing would be fine. You could tell that speed is not there. And
Speed of the bat or of the running?
No, actually running. Yeah. And then even playing the field. They had the shift on at one point yesterday during that game on national television against the Braves. And, it's a play that he makes 98 out of 100 times. And I think he probably came back a little early.
Yeah, he didn't have a spring training. Yeah. I think in the game you're talking about, if he ran slow, they probably said, don't even worry about, I'm not saying don't hustle.
Right.
But don't go that extra stride because who knows what that.
Like you could tell just how bad they want him in the lineup. That they would say, "Hey, let's get him back here. That 3rd week of April, we need him."
All right, I was surprised Hanley Ramirez was designated for assignment. He had 9 hits and 49 at bats, a 184 average, a couple of homers, 8 RBIs, and 17 strikeouts. So that, he hadn't played in a year and 2 months, and now he's back.
What would Brad Miller say about that?
You don't have the best players.
Right.
You got that all the way down in St. Kitts.
Oh, yeah, we were loving that story.
Yeah. I don't get that. He's a veteran. He had to know when Kipnis came back that he was gone.
Can I tell you what I think it's indicative of?
Sure.
I think some of those guys in that locker room, I do not think you have the great locker room that you've had in years past. And I think Tito has got his work cut out for him over the course of the year to be able to keep these guys not second-guessing everything the organization does. I mean, think about it. You got Frankie, who everybody's just assuming is going to be gone. Trevor Bauer, everyone's assuming he's going to be gone at some point. You've got the San Diego Padres scouts at every game waiting to see the health of Corey Kluber. I think there's a lot up in the air right now with a lot of players, not to mention Jason Kipnis has been the subject of trade rumors 2 straight years.
He's actually hitting the ball right now.
Yeah, and he is, yeah.
And when he gets that line drive to left field, that only opens things up. All right, so the Braves and Indians, let's take a look at the series recap over the weekend. Braves outscored the Indians 23-20, 279 batting average, Indians at 290, 5 home runs to 3 for the Indians, and runs in scoring position, 13 for 34 for the Braves, 12 of 36 for the Indians, and left on base, the Indians left 8 more than did the Atlanta Braves. Josh Donaldson, why couldn't he have done this in the last 2 weeks of the season for the Indians? That second one was unbelievable, how hard he hit it. 11 at-bats, 5 hits, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and 4 runs scored.
Yeah, second one, I did not think he was going to be able to catch up to it. It was up in the zone from Bieber, who had already given up 1. He missed his location both times. It was unfortunate because, who's been better in the first part of the year than Shane Bieber? And then he comes out yesterday, and he just didn't have it. It is the one thing about baseball that is just so different. Baker Mayfield, there were some games you thought maybe he didn't have it, And in those games, he was still able in the second half to come out of it. You've seen basketball players, to see like LeBron James just not have it the entire game. In baseball, you never know. Even